Hello colleagues, it's me again, Manyepa here, and just want to do this second part for this biology 1590 paper 1, biology 1590 paper 1 from the year 2020. It's an internal paper, so this one starts from question 21 and let's finish it up to 40. 21. The diagram below shows a section of the human brain, which of the following parts is responsible for memory? The answer is B, the forebrain, okay, the cerebrum. This is the cerebellum. This is where somehow this part of the brain stock, or where you find the medulla oblongata and other things like the pons and the like. That's your pituitary gland, the hypothalamus and the like. So it's the forebrain. 22. Which part of the ear transmits vibrations from the outer ear to the inner ear? It's the middle ear, okay? The middle ear, and the middle ear is made up of the malleus, the incus, and the steps, okay? The steps or stirrup. So the three are known as the ossicles of the middle ear. The outer ear is made up of the pinna, the canal, and then from the outer ear to the middle ear, there's an eardrum. The eardrum is simply in touch with the three ossicles. The middle ear is fluid filled. Is air filled. The inner ear is fluid filled. So the ear can be divided into three regions. 23. There is an arm there, bones of the arm and muscles. Diagram below shows muscles and bones of the upper arm. That is almost grade 11 and towards the end where we talk about the muscular and skeletal system. Which of the following correctly identifies bones P and Q and muscle R? Okay, that's your radius. The one which is on top, the smaller one is the radius. The bigger one is not the diameter, but it's the ulna. That's your humerus. That's your shoulder blade or scapula. So this is your tricep, bicep. So when we come to this here, the answer that fits there is A. P is our humerus, Q is our radius, and then R is our biceps. 24. The diagram below, the experiment was carried out to investigate growth response in maize seedling as shown in the diagram below. Before, after, what type of response was being investigated above? There is light here and there is this growth, and this growth, the only thing that this growth is being shown to be associated to is the light, and this is phototropism. And since the shoot is growing towards the light, we can just call it positive phototropism because it's towards the light, and our answer there is D. 25, that's some kind of a vascular bundle from a tree. Preferably, I think this should be a dicot tree. The diagram below shows differentiated cells, okay? Which of the cells A, B, C, D above are the parenchyma cells? My take on this one was D. At first, I was almost circling C because they are both part of what we call the ground tissue. Therefore, D are the parenchyma cells. C, this should be sclerenchyma, SCH, sclerenchyma. Then B, that's your xylem vessel. A, it's not really showing exactly what it's pointing at, but that's your phloem vessel. So B is the xylem, A is the phloem, and in some diagrams you may be shown phloem vessels, and there may be small cells in between the phloem vessels, and if they tell you to identify those will be your companion cells between phloem tissue, or maybe phloem cells. So my answer here, my take was D. 26, germination. The cotyledons have remained in the soil. This is about to come out with its cotyledons. So what type of germination is this? The diagram shows two germinating seeds. What type of germination is illustrated in P and Q? Epigeo is in P and hypogeo in Q. Okay, hypogeo in Q. 27. Which of the following asexual methods of reproduction is used in propagating sweet potatoes? My answer here was stem tubers. Okay, stem tubers, not suckers. These are more prominent in things like bananas, strawberries, and the like. And then rhizomes, no, but stem tubers was my take. You can check it out from your book and proof. 28. After a plant has produced flowers, Which of the following is the correct sequence of events that follow? It's pollination, fertilization, then seed formation. Pollination is the deposition of pollen on the stigma of a flower. Okay, what follows might be or might not be fertilization, but in this case, after pollination, what should follow is fertilization. Then after fertilization, seed formation, and in seeds, what do we find? Embryos. 29. Which of the following is an important reason for seed dispersal? D. It reduces competition between seedlings for resources. 30. Which of the following causes the infertility? Which of the following causes of infertility results from having multiple sexual partners? Sexually transmitted diseases. Multiple partners are likely to donate STIs to you. You know what I'm saying? So blocked oviduct, no. It cannot be blocked because of having multiple sexual partners. So the key condition here is having multiple sexual partners. Ovulation disorders, no. Fibroids, no. These are answer, people. 31. The diagram below shows the developing foetus in the uterus. That rhymes nicely. Where does fetal blood become oxygenated? At the placenta. And the placenta is right there. It can even be on the side or on this side, but yeah, it's right there. It's a site for material exchange. Oh, I didn't even label this one. The placenta is the site for material exchange. Fetal and maternal blood doesn't normally mix, but the mixing may result during birth because the detachment and the like may cause mixing, and due to breakage of capillaries up there. And again, white blood cells can cross from maternal blood to fetal blood, but blood doesn't normally mix like red blood cells and the like, and other guys. So number 32, which of the following birth control methods can affect the secretion of FSH, follicle stimulating hormone, in the pituitary gland? The pituitary gland produces hormones. Therefore, you have to look for a hormonal way of preventing pregnancy. Tube ligation, this involves tying of tubes. Rhythm method, this involves avoiding pregnancy using natural methods like timing your periods and your days, counting. Then intrauterine device, this is mechanical. You place something in the uterus, but this oral contraceptive pill is kind of a hormone. It's a chemical way of preventing pregnancy. So my answer or my take there is B. 33. Which of the following results from meiosis? C. Production of gametes. 34. The genotype of a human albino is recessive. 2 normal parents have an albino child. What is the percentage of their next child also being an albino? You have to cross them. If they are having an albino child and they're normal, it means their genetic combination is actually heterozygous. So this is father, mother. The symbol for mother is this. For father is this. Symbol for mother is this, or female. Male, female. Male, female. So when you cross them, this D goes with this D to give you this. This D will go with this other D, the recessive one, meaning they are both carriers. So you have this combination. This D here will go with this, but you write the capital D dominant first. So you have this combination. Then finally this D crosses with this D to give you this. So the percentage here, when it comes to albinism, which is actually the appearance, is 25 because it's 1 out of 4, quarter. So 1 over 4 times 100 is 25%. So this one will be normal, but this one will show albinism. So chances are 25%. 35. The diagram shows organisms which belong to the phylum Arthropoda. Which classes do these organisms belong to? This is a crustacean, arachnida. That's an arachnid. This is an insect. So from this, my answer comes out as D. This topic is taxonomy or classification, biological classification. 36. Which of the following correctly identifies the causes of loss of soil fertility? My take here was B. Deforestation can leave land very bare and exposed to elements of erosion and loss of nutrients like air and especially water. Lead burning can cause loss of nitrates. Okay, nitrates, therefore nitrogen will be lost due to high temperatures. Nitrates will break down to release nitrogen, and then also you tend to burn a lot of small plants. As a result, you don't leave those stalks that remain after you've burned, and then you expose the ground again to elements of erosion, which may lead to loss of fertility. The third one there is leaching. Leaching is actually loss of nutrients, so leaching is ticked throughout. Weeding, this is selective. Okay, you just remove the unwanted weeds. Something you call weed is not something you smoke. No, weeds are those plants that you don't need, and crops are plants that you need, so you remove what you don't want. So because of the selective aspect of it, weeding may not really cause loss of soil fertility, because you have to select what you want, what you don't want. The land is not really left bare. So my take there was B. Okay, we're coming to the end of this paper. Third question from the last. The diagram below shows a food chain: grasshopper, blue tit, cobra. Okay, blue tit is a bird. At which point labeled PQ and R is energy loss at all points? Okay, energy is lost at all points in form of heat, in form of sound. Energy is lost at all points. 38. Which of the following factors increases the size of the population? Emigration. Bushfire. What if there is nothing where there is maybe population of plants, they will actually reduce, but you're talking about increasing. Over harvesting doesn't mean if you have many crops then the people will increase automatically. No. Urbanization. No, people may not manage to pay for rentals in high cost areas. So emigration is the movement of a group of organisms into an already existing population. Whilst there's emi and imi. Immigration is the moving away of a group of organisms from a specific population. Then there's migration, where the whole population moves from one point to another. So the answer there is B. Question 38. The diagram shows part of the water cycle. Water in the seas and lakes is the answer. Which of the following retains most water to the atmosphere? The lakes, seas, and even rivers have got wide or large surface areas from which evaporation takes place. Okay, and this evaporation is so much compared to the millions of plants, what the millions of plants can actually lose. So it's actually, the answer here is A. Then our last question, as we finish this paper, is which of the following can lead to global warming? Deforestation does not really produce anything that may lead to global warming. Okay, unless you deforestate, then you burn. So deforestation, no. But burning of fossil fuels can lead to global warming, because you are going to produce carbon dioxide, and it will add up to all other greenhouse gases like ammonia, the same carbon dioxide, methane. They will create a blanket in the upper atmosphere which will prevent easy escape of heat from the planet and bring about what we refer to as global warming. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the other papers. Bye bye for now.